All right, hey, it's Matt. It's coming at you as promised. I'm going to shoot some fitness videos over the course of the next 3 days, and this is one of them here on day one that I'm off. This video is coming from a kettlebell perspective, a kettlebell bent, if you will, a kettlebell philosophy. So keep that in mind here as I'm yip-yapping. I did not rehearse this speech, so if I'm all over the place at some point, I apologize. I'm going to try not to be and try to stay linear here with the points that I'm trying to drive home. If you are a kettlebell enthusiast, if kettlebells are your primary tool that you use, aside from maybe body weight bands, whatever, or odd objects, you know, if the kettlebells are your primary tool, awesome. I highly recommend, if you don't already, is have some goals, have a goal or goals for yourself in the kettlebell arena. And the reason I'm saying this is because there are limitations, and I've shared this with you in previous videos, but there are limitations to only using kettlebells. And I just want to speak on that for a minute. If you're looking to stay, and here we go. So despite your level of fitness, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but if you're looking to stay lean, if you're looking to burn calories, drop weight, you know, when I say lean muscle mass, build a measure of strength endurance, and that, you know, any of those, the kettlebells do work wonders. Okay, with over a decade of use, myself and others will completely confirm that. You will burn calories, you will get lean, you will develop lean mass, and you'll develop a measure of strength. However, if you're looking to develop power, if you're looking to develop muscle mass, your kettlebell training is going to have to it's going to have to augment first and foremost, and you're going to have to incorporate heavier bells or find a way to use what you have to progressively overload with the bells that you have. Okay, that's kind of, and look, I'm not going to argue with the next dude or next guru or whatever in the kettlebell arena. Straight up, if you want muscle mass and power, then you have to progressively overload. And to do that with bells, unfortunately, is you have to buy heavier bells, or you have to double down. For example, if you got a set of 35s like I do, and a set of 20s from years ago, or in the 24s, I'm going to have to combine that weight. I'm going to have to combine, you know, those two bells, whether it's a 24 kg and 20 to give me 63 pounds, or grab my 24 and my 35 together, for example. If I'm doing one arm rows, I'll use that as an example, that will give me 88 pounds. If I double both 24 kgs, I got 160 or 106 pounds in one arm, which is great for rows for me because I already have a level of fitness. I've been lifting for years. So I had to be challenged to keep the mass I have because I don't want to shrink back. I'm not there yet. Then I have to progressively find ways, aggressively and progressively find ways to be challenged, and that my muscles are challenged. Swinging double 35s for 100 and shit, not only is that boring for me, but that's light as shit, right? It's not going to get me the mass or the muscle if I'm after that. If I just want to stay lean, you know, fight machine kind of thing, sure, that, you know, that might work wonders for somebody on a lower level. Or 24 kgs may work for somebody that's on a, like, you know, mid to average level. Those are great to attain to. Double 24 kgs, your snatches, your presses, your renegade rows, your front squats, your overhead presses. But after a while, if you develop the strength, and like I've said before, I mean, once you get to maybe up to 20 reps in a session without breaking, or sets of 20 or sets of 15, it's going to be time to look to move along, especially if if you want to build mass and strength. That's where we're going to have to go. But have your goals outlined before you, whether in your diary, whether on your board, on a piece of paper, or just simply in your head of where you need to go, and then program accordingly. You know, as I get older, I use myself example, you know, I do want to stay lean. I mean, I don't want any more weight on. I'm 185. I've been 185 now for a little under 2 years. I've kept the weight off. I like that weight that I have on me. I could sit here and argue I could probably lose to drop another 5, but I still like some version of size. I'm an ectomorph. I've always have been. It's been very difficult for me to put on mass. I don't give a shit. You put a feed bag on my face all day and feed me protein and everything else. I still burn calories stupidly just sitting around. So anyways, bottom line is for me, I've got to work to get what I have, and I don't have any desire right now to get smaller or super lean. I've been there. I've done that. I've already, years and years ago. That's not on my to-do list. It's not my goal, but it might be yours. And if it is yours, then you want to program accordingly with your bell work to get to that place that you're after. Again, lean, mean fight kind of machine, dropping the weight, keeping the weight off. And if you can't run, for example, or don't like to run, or don't have a bike, or whatever, as far as your cardio, the bells are going to give it to you, right? The bells, you start swinging these 3, 4, 5 days a week, that water weight's gone, that weight will come off. Amen, right? So anyways, I just want to encourage anybody, one, have your goals outlined, know what you're after, and if it's lean mass, then I would say, in cardio strength endurance and such, getting up to 24 kg, which would be challenging for a lot of people, and maybe not as challenging for some, but that's a great place to get to where you're really getting an awesome workout with your doubles. And then, of course, if you're looking to put on more muscle and strength, you may require, some purchases down the road to get a heavier bell, or predominantly a heavier double set, and then start working through that. And starts the whole process all over. So hope that made sense for you guys, especially if you're older. If you're younger, young bucks, sky's the limit. But remember, keep taxing that posterior chain. I've shared that before, especially as men. Don't let the dick go limp, man. Keep hitting that posterior chain with your front squats, your deads. You need creative with those. I've shared that before. Double down on your bells. I'll give you some more weight to play with on your deads. Your farmer's carries, your upright carries, anything to tax that posterior chain. Keep the T levels up, man. Keep shit pumping. Don't sleep on it, man. Don't sleep on it. You don't want a limp dick, bro. Stay pumped, man. Stay on. So anyways, that's it. I hope you guys got something out of this, and we'll showcase some movements here later on. Take care.